Howdy folks, it's Mama B, and today we are making our famous Dutch oven potatoes. Now, I say they're famous because they are highly requested at our house, and they are delicious. So we're going to show you how. These are your ingredients. This is the mess you got to have, right? Gotta have some cheese, seasons of salt, and onion. That is all the seasons we use, just those two. Then we've got some bacon. We've got some carrots. They're the baby carrots. They're nice. Broccoli. These are frozen broccoli florets, and they cook great. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Here we've got cream of mushroom soup and bacon. Yes, you need 2 kinds of bacon. That's how good this is. Okay, so we're going to start with our bacon. It's marked clearly so you can read it. These are the strips, and what you want to do with these is spread them out. Look at that bacon. Look at all that meat. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so we're just going to spread this out. Let's try this again here. It looks like it's kind of layers. I don't know if we count that as a slice. It's so thin. We'll just throw it in there. What else? And pull those slices off. Layer the bottom of your Dutch oven with this bacon, because that is the best way to do it. And when you're cooking it, you want to be careful not to heat it too much and burn that bacon. Dutch oven has a high temperature when you cook with it, so like I've noticed with my griddle, if I cook it at medium, I'm burning things. Where normal pans, you cook it at medium, you don't burn things. But so Dutch oven has a tendency to hold its heat. We're just going to lay that in there. And you know, if you have extra bacon, that's not a problem. You just cook it up and eat it, because bacon is yum. So I'm going to take one of these and just cut it in half real fast so I can fit it into there. Move things around a little bit. It's flexible. Put that there. We find it takes about 8 slices of bacon, maybe 7. So it just depends on how the bacon's cut, the size of it, and how you slide it in there. I like to bring it just a little bit up on the edges of the pan into that middle part. Alright, got our bacon in there. See all that nice yumminess? Then we're going to lay down a layer of potatoes. Now we've cut these kind of thin, and we're just going to lay them all in there. And you want it to be a full layer of potatoes covering all the bacon. I've got about a dozen potatoes, but you're going to want some extra just in case, depending on how full you fill this pot. So these are a dozen. I think they're small potatoes, but you know, you might think that they're medium. They might be medium, but I think they're small. Okay, so do that, and a hefty layer of salt. Now, potatoes have a tendency to absorb salt, so if you think it's your normal salt, add just a little bit more. If you think it's too much salt, maybe you're right. Okay, then I got onions, and just going to sprinkle a thick layer of onion in there. That's all the onion I'm going to use. Say that. Gotta cover that area too. Alright. Then we're going to take our carrots. So this is kind of like a parfait, right? Layers. Parfaits have layers. Yeah. Throw in those baby carrots. I like them. They add an extra layer of sweet. And a sprinkle of these florets. And I like the broccoli in there a lot too. Okay, then we're adding another layer of potatoes. The trick here is you're trying to cover up the last layer. So we've got bumpy broccoli and carrots to cover up. That'll be a trick. This is going to make the perfect balance. Oh, one other ingredient. This is a really important part. This dish is made with so much love. And if you don't add the love, it's not going to taste as good. It just isn't. It's a fact. Slapping these potatoes. You can see it takes up quite a few of them to cover these layers. And just layer them all around. After the potatoes always comes the salt. If you don't add the salt, it's going to not taste great. It's going to be off balance. Kind of like roof shingles. You don't want them all stacked in there. You want them kind of shingled out, overlapping. Almost got it all covered. How's that looking? Pretty good, huh? See a little more broccoli over here peeking its head out. You don't really want the potatoes right up against the wall of the Dutch oven pan because it gets hotter and you don't want to burn the potatoes. They taste awful burnt. Another layer of salt. And then we do it again. Baby carrots. Broccoli. You see we're getting close to the top here, so I think this is the last layer of potatoes we're going to put on. And it looks like I'm going to need a few more. We'll slap these on and see how they do. Give me a better idea of where I'm at as far as needing potatoes. You don't want it up to the top. You want to give yourself some room because then we're going to put in some of the cream of mushroom soup and our toppings that will make it the can't even think now. I'm talking about it and thinking about it and my mouth's starting to water. Might need a moment. Okay, so we got all the potatoes in there all covered. I used 14 this size. So just to give you an idea, we're going to add another layer of salt. There we go. Now it's time for the cream of mushroom soup. We're going to put in 2 of these cream of mushroom soups. I like to fill it half full with water, not clear full, to match what the soup recipe is. So that's what I'll be doing, is about half full of water, just enough to rinse it out and cream it up a little bit, loosen it up a little bit. And that's per can. So 2 of these And let's get on it. Whoop. All right, we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we just pour this creamy mushroom soup all over the top of all of this. You want it covered. You want it nice. All the yummy goodness gotta come out. Make sure it's covering all those potatoes. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Okay, now this is the next secret to this. From here on out, Papa B takes over. It takes 2 people to make this. It's that good.
Okay, so all the magic really happened in the kitchen, and now we're just going to play with fire and then take the glory. And so with that part, I just have a little fire burn underneath it. I don't want to be too high. So I try to get as much blue as possible. We're gonna cook this for 48 minutes usually. If it's really thick, we might do 15 minutes per turn, but we're gonna do 12 minutes per turn. And I have a picture on here so I can see what's going on. It's not hot yet, but I have this little dot right here, and so I'm just going to use that and these guys here as my indicator. And after 12 minutes, I'll come out. I'll just lift it up, quarter turn it, try to center it on the flame. 12 more minutes, do it again. But at this point, I'll open it up. I'll put cheese and bacon and other stuff in there. You know, more glory to the thunder. And then that last 12 minutes, I'll bring it in. So anyway, this is the first 12. So I'll just go set a timer once I got it on there where I feel like it's good. My grates and those legs don't always line up, so I just have to find it. And this is the first go, and I'm touching it with my hands, but normally it'll just be with this thing here. So we start.
All right, awesome. Now we're shredding, my gosh, this is soft cheese. We're shredding about 5 cups of shredded cheese. So that's how much cheese you want.
Alright, so number of time is gone, right? We started with this up here. 12 minutes later it was here. 12 minutes later I put it here. And now it's time to turn it one more time. But on this particular one, we're going to pull off the lid.
Oh, I wish you could smell it.
Oh, yeah.
Smell awesome.
And then we're just going to take a fork and we're going to go in and just kind of fill the potatoes. They're feeling soft, so that should be done that last 12 minutes. I'm going to try to find a carrot. Carrots usually are a good indicator. You can get a carrot and stick your fork in there pretty easily. Like, you don't have to really push very hard. I like to get a fork. It just kind of goes in nice and easy like that. Then that means it's basically we're right where we want to be. So we're going to go this last 12 minutes. And when that's done, we'll pull the lid off one last time, throw in cheese and bacon, and let it sit and let the carryover heat just melt everything else.
The smell, it makes it hard to even wait.
Okay, we're back. We forgot to, the 12 minutes have gone by, but we forgot to last time, and we usually like to check it down and also now. Is to kind of dig in and mess up our little layer system. Just kind of get a piece of the bacon down here. You can find a piece. A little steamy. Just get a sense for the bacon, and that looks good to me. But if it wasn't, you might have to pull it up. And if you have to pull it up into all the other bacon to get it off the bottom because it's starting to burn. And that's also why we turn it quarter turn each time, just to make sure that it's cooking evenly. But if it were getting too dark, even earlier, we could just move it up into it, and that way it wouldn't cook anymore. The other thing you can do right now is if it wasn't cooking enough, I'm done cooking basically, but if it wasn't done enough, I would just crank it up for about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, a little bit hot. And that way when I pull it off, we've heated the pan and it'll finish cooking the bacon, but we're good. So the next part we need to do is we're going to add the bacon and the cheddar. And first, I am doing something a little different this time. I'm surprised throwing in some Monterey Jack. There's a little bit of a sneak on my behalf because I don't think anybody really cares. But our family likes about 5 cups of the Kobe Jack.
Yep.
You could use any kind of cheese you want, cheddar or whatever. We use Kobe Jack, and there's no big real science system here. I usually just kind of work it in to get it in there.
Perfection, so whatever.
Once I get it kind of out and about, I'll spread it evenly throughout the dish. Maybe not so much where the Kobe's at today. But I'm kind of curious what it would taste like with Kobe. I don't think it's going to change it too much. I'm not putting a ton in, it's not super hot, so I'm going to try to save a couple of those little pieces of cheese there because every shred counts. And then I'm just going to reach in and grab the rest. Okay, so basically we're done with cooking. Next we're going to put on, I just use these bacon crumbles. You can get them from Walmart or Sam's Club or any big box store or grocery store. And then I just put a bunch of crumbles on there, and once I feel like there's enough, is there ever enough? But anyway, once there's enough, we'll call it good. Put the lid back on, and I'm basically done. I'm going to carry this inside now.
Is that where we shut the heat off?
I'm turning off the grill, closing down the tank.
We'll see you on the inside then. All right, time for the big reveal. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and you see how everything's kind of melted. Also, the bacon, if you touch it, it's warmed up, right? That's all you really need. Got to be warm.
Yum.
Oh, that little taste was great. Anyway, we're done. So now we just have to serve. I usually wait about 5 to 10 minutes after we pulled it off. Kind of let things cool down and finish that melting and whatnot. Okay, so you're gonna need a spoon. Notice it's a big spoon. But anyway, I don't know where I put the pepper jack. So I guess
I'm
it's
thinking over there. Well, I don't know. That looks like it's got some there too.
So I think pepper jack's right here. We'll go right here. This is just the normal. So we're just gonna get some normal stuff. And everybody kind of likes the top with the cheesy bit.
Look at that, you guys! I can hardly wait.
I don't think I got down to the bacon, so let me just see if we can pull up a piece real quick. If I can't, it just have to be one without bacon. But it's got bacon on top, so there's a little piece of bacon. Nothing too exciting. And then we'll take it over here. You see these pair nicely with
Ribs.
snow ribs. You know, these are ribs you make when it's snowing outside.
Folks, that's another story. Yum. Okay. Folks, thanks for watching our videos. Have a fantastic day. I know I will. Oh, dying here. Yum. Bye.